My name is Alexis Kaiser, and I went to the Mental Student Health Dialogue, and for my video vlog today, I'll be answering a few questions. My first question was, do you feel that your group achieved a true dialogue? Why or why not? Yes, I do think that my group achieved a true dialogue. I liked how when you first entered the room, it was awkward and uncomfortable. I mean, as most settings would be. But as time went on, how we familiarized ourselves with each other, it got better. And I liked the different activities we did, how we would we filled out like a little sheet that we put our top priorities in life, and then we got numbered off, and then we had a partner or a group of 3, and we would talk about why our priorities were this and why they were that. And I thought that was more you got to know people better in the group, and then you did it again, and then I liked how you got to know people better, so you felt more comfortable when they would ask a large group question. People felt more comfortable in the group setting to answer questions. And then we also did a project where we had to write things on the wall, they would say anger, and you'd have to write the first few things that came to your mind on a poster board with 2 other people. So that also helped you get to know people in your group better, and then people also had similar thoughts as you and similar feelings, so you could associate with them better, which was helpful. And so yes, I do believe that our group eventually achieved a true dialogue because of everything, how people got to know each other better and how people were more comfortable around each other. The dynamics of the group, the active voices in the dialogue, yes, there was always that, there's always a few people, the 2 or 3 people who do like to participate a lot in the discussion, and there was this one boy who participated a lot, and he didn't start off saying a whole lot, but then, as the discussion went on, he started saying a lot more, and then as the when the time, the end of the group, you went around and said what you thought of everything, he shared his story, which I thought was really cool, how he started off not very engaged in the whole conversation and the whole dialogue, but then as time went on, throughout the 2 hours, he did open up a lot more. And then there was also another girl who was just, we also had to fill out a poster board with everyone throwing out ideas and things, and she was really good. She kept saying ideas and everything, and the instructors were really great because they would never shoot down an idea that would, if someone said what do you think of anger, then if someone said they thought it was it reminded them of a black hole, they would never be that's stupid. I just thought it was good how they were all just very oh yes, that's a great idea, or and then they would expand off of it and other people could throw in different ideas about it, which I really liked. And there were more reserved voices. I'm sure there are people who never said a word, or very few words. They because some people are just more reserved and quiet. It's hard to tell. I guess it's bad to say that they just blend in, but they do kind of just blend in with the background. But they definitely add to the discussion, because if they were a more outgoing or active voice in the discussion, and although there were more reserved voices within our group, I think that everyone did contribute what they could have and what they did, and it really helped. Each person did matter to the group environment. And then my role in the dialogue was it was in the middle between the more active and more reserved. I am usually a more outgoing person, so I'm not shy in the fact that I like to voice my opinion and say things that matter to me, whereas this was a more comfortable topic, I guess, because people weren't so open about it, I guess, because it's not very talked about in our society. But as time went on in the group and I got to know more people, I as well opened up with everyone else, and I got to talk and share my opinions on things. And then for the question about, is dialogue a part of Library 100? I do think that dialogue is a part of Library 100, and it is a very useful experience for the university because it helps you get to know people better. As people get out of their comfort zone, it allows them to make new friends even. Just a different environment for 2 hours can just help you change your perspective on life, or just see how things are really a lot different for people who, people you walk around and you would never think that oh, in that room there were X amount of people that thought about committing suicide or things like that. But I mean, when you went into that room, when people started opening up, you really saw, like, how prevalent, like, suicidal thoughts and how, like, depression and anger are really looked down upon in our society, whereas a lot of people do go through them, and it should be something that is talked about a lot more within, I mean, not just the Clemson community, but also just society in general. And so dialogue is a very useful part of not just the university experience, but the experience as a human being and being on Earth, because without other people to communicate with, or, I mean, even have a dialogue with, I mean, if people never started communicating, like, a lot would not be achieved, because great ideas do come up in groups, and people come up with things together, which really helps society, like, get modern and come up with great new inventions and things that can really help people and even save lives at some point. So, overall, I thought the Mental Student Health Dialogue was a good experience. I mean, I know everyone went in thinking, oh, this is going to be a terrible waste of 2 hours, but I mean, overall, it was a good experience. I'm glad that I chose to go to the mental student health one, because I really was not aware of, like, how prevalent people, like, how the suicide and everything, like, the whole thoughts about that, how prevalent it really is, even on the Clemson campus. I mean, it's voted the second happiest campus, but everyone does face their issues. And with that, this is my video log for 2011, and that is it. Thanks!